Collectors 2025 was rough. We're in the midst of the biggest Pokemon card boom in history. Product is nearly impossible to find, cards are becoming unaffordable for the average person, and they decided to drop a Charizard set right in the middle of it all. Is this set worth it, or is it time to take a step back? This is Sets Explained, Phantasmal Flames. So it's not entirely unheard of for Pokemon to drop a huge release for the holiday season. Actually, it's kind of normal. This year has already been crazy with Prismatic Evolutions and Destined Rivals both being amazing expansion sets. But this one might top them just because of that Charizard hype. But this isn't a huge release, it's actually a pretty small set. The set has 94 cards, plus 36 secret rares for a grand total of 130 cards. That makes Phantasmal 30% smaller than the previous set, Mega. Now, to understand the overall theme of the set, I've been checking the Pokemon Center blurb, and the name Phantasmal Flames seems to be a direct reference to Mega Charizard's Blue Fire and Mega Gengar's phantom-like qualities. Either way, it's a Gengar Charizard set. Phantasmal Flames. Everything seems to be pretty normal for this set though. We have the standard rarity system with no surprises, a very average breakdown of ultra rares, illustration rares, special illustration rares, and mega ultra rares, and no new game mechanics. Sometimes the theme of the set is represented in the card illustrations and really ties everything together. In Mega Evolution, we saw a city theme with many of the Pokemon fighting on rooftops and Venusaur for some reason in the sky. And if you saw my Steam Siege video, you'll understand just how deep the lore can go, with Pokemon basically going to war against each other. But we don't see that in Phantasmal. The Pokemon are depicted in the environment you'd expect them to be in. And outside of Charizard and Gengar, we don't see elements of Ghost and Fire. Actually, we barely see Gengar. Even though it's supposed to be the Phantasmal in Phantasmal Flames, Gengar doesn't get an illustration rare, or special illustration rare, or a gold card. Pretty strange. It feels to me like this set was almost rushed. But from a collector's standpoint, it does look pretty good. Many of the illustration rares are nice. However, the investors are upset with this one, since there isn't a big chase outside of Charizard. Actually, a lot of people are comparing this set to Obsidian Flames from Scarlet and Violet. It too was a relatively small set, with Charizard carrying the value all on its own. And many say that Obsidian was a bad set. Anyways, let's check out the product lineup and, more importantly, the promos. There is one really big thing about the product selection in this set, but we have to cover the other stuff first. The ETB promo for Phantasmal is Charcadet, and as always there is a Pokemon Center stamped version that comes with the Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs. For blister packs, we have a Sneasel, Weavile, Cottony, and Whimsicott, and these come with a Diancie coin. We also get the Hydrapple evolution line and the Blaziken evolution line from Destined Rivals, and these will be Cosmos Foil exclusives. The Build and Battle boxes, primarily available at pre-release events, give us 4 stamped promos: Ceruledge, Zacian, Flygon, and Toxtricity. These have staff stamped variants too. We also have a few retail promos, such as a GameStop stamped Suicune, which will have an EB Games variant for Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, and a set stamped Reshiram and Genesect, available at different retailers depending on your location. But the most interesting products by far are the League Battle decks. Now, historically, these aren't sought after by anyone other than players, or sometimes kids. However, they've gone and thrown some exclusive illustration rares in. Meloetta with the Diancie deck and Haunter with the Gengar deck. So for this reason, they're selling out and being resold for inflated prices. I don't think the coins have anything to do with this, but they do both come with some pretty good coins. So the UPC product was first launched back with Hidden Fates, but it wasn't even in its final form until Celebrations, when they introduced this fancy box with metallic colors and drawers and magnets. Since then, we've been getting a UPC at an average rate of 1 per year, although we've gotten 2 this year, I believe. But yeah, we got one for Phantasmal Flames. This is a Mega Charizard X themed product and comes with many goodies like sleeves, a playmat, a deck box, coins, dice, and 18 booster packs. It also comes with 2 promos, Mega Charizard X EX and Oricorio EX. Now, the Oricorio is illustrated by Shinji Kanda, which makes it an instant win. But the other promo, Charizard, has a brand new illustration style that will be carried out through the rest of the Mega series. But this will be the first and the only one released so far. My personal chase card for this set is Meowth. This was a Japanese exclusive promo that skyrocketed in price this year to what I would consider an unaffordable price for an art rare. I'm glad to see that an English version is becoming available. I might even go for the Japanese one if that price comes down a bit. The artwork is by Uninori, my favorite modern artist, and is set in one of the first generation video games. But I would be happy to pull many of the IRs in this set, like the Ludicolo, Dugong, Piplup, Flygon, Wigglytuff, and Ambipom. But the Nimble, Yamper, Zacian, Pooper, Toxtricity, and Togedemaru are awesome too. Of course, we have the new Ultra Rares, which people are actually excited about because they finally look good. And then some special illustration rares, Rotom, Sharpedo, Lopunny, and Dawn. And of course, we have the absolute behemoth of an SIR, Mega Charizard X EX. Now, I'm pretty neutral about Charizard. Great Pokemon, but no personal attachment. But this card is very visually appealing to me, and many others think the same. We've seen insane prices, so we might be seeing another big chase card for the year to rival Mewtwo and Umbreon. I have to admit, it's beautiful artwork and features the entire Charizard evolution line. How cool is that? And then we have the Gold Charizard too. Now, these gold cards are brand new to the Mega series and have proven to be incredibly rare, and thus sell for huge prices on the secondary market, despite criticism for their looks. I think this one looks pretty cool, but I don't know, I'd probably take the Meowth or the Charizard instead. If I missed anything, feel free to correct me in the comments, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next set, Mega Dream.